Great evening to everyone who joined us tonight. And here we are, an hour very, very special with Marina Davis tonight. She's live from Australia. She's the one and only Marina Davis that we all know. She's the singer that represents Samoa in the whole wide world, especially in Australia and Samoa when we hear her songs. And tonight, we're going to have a great program with you. Join us tonight. We're going to be talking with some things that we're not going to let you have it this time because it's going to be a surprise for you. But it's going to be a very, very good show. We promise you that. So this is our third time as we come out live on our Siva Fongo telephone. And it's been a blessing to have her on our show. And I want to thank you, all of you that is joining us right now. Just sit tight. I promise you. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be fun. So Marina Davis is here with us. Yeah, sister, how you doing?
Fantastic. Thank you. How are you?
I am doing well. So
Awesome.
Thank you so much. So,
Thank you.
For our audience, there was many people joining us tonight. So I think it is for them to hear your voice live. Now she's going to sing the song for us. And then after that, I'll say a prayer. And then we kick right off into our show for tonight. Let's have a listen.
Beautiful. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. If it say I alone, yet silly, lama oh, silly, lama oh. Thank you.
Let it yellow matuta mapa ia. You're the greatest. And thank you for the time that you are here with us tonight. Thank you for allowing us to be here with you and help us to talk about the talents and all the things that we're going to discuss tonight. Just be with all of us. Help us in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So it seems like you guys are in a good term with the weather now. How's your weather up there? Not
You know
that
what?
great.
We're getting hotter, so it's nice. It's a little bit of a very cold winter. But last night I slept with 3 blankets and I still was very cold. And I even had a t-shirt on, a jumper on. So we've got that little bit of a draft coming through the house and things like that, which is, gets to the bones, I'm getting old.
It's a fantastic night to talk about songwritings because I'm telling you what, our audience need to know this because not everybody can write a song, not everybody can tell a story. So how much experience do we need, to write a song? What do you think?
Right. Can I just start first off by saying
Yeah.
I've been a singing teacher, a vocal coach for, part-time for about 20 years, but full-time for like the last 4 years.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, half of my students have never been able to sing, have never had a singing gift or a singing talent. They are so driven to sing and to learn how to sing because they love it. So,
Right.
It actually brought me to the conclusion that everybody has their own gifts from the Lord. We all have our own gifts, whether it's engineering, whether
Absolutely.
it's being a doctor, whether
Yes.
it's healing people, loving people, being able to serve. We all have our different gifts, but we
Right.
all have the one gift in common, and that is the gift to worship. And I tell you
right.
what, the thing is that half of my students are they believe in the Lord, and then they don't. Half of them don't. But even the ones that don't believe still want to sing, right?
Right.
And that's because
Good.
every single one of us, God put the gift of worship. So I am not qualified to tell you that you need this much experience to be able to write a
Right.
song. God put the song in your heart, then he's the one that qualified you to write the song. He's the one that qualified you to use your gift. We
Right.
need to stop for man to give us permission to live our gifting, to walk in abundance in our gifting and our calling that God has given us. Trust him. I know that my blessing is not from listening to outside influence. It's from trusting deeply in God and obeying what he's put in my heart. You know what I mean? So, you know, when it comes to qualifying people to be able to write songs, write it. If it's in you, write it.
So there is no specific formula to write a song, right?
That's right. And it comes in different ways. Like for me, I can hear, I have a pianist and a guitarist that I work with, and sometimes they'll sing me just the melody, right? And and they'll say, write to this, beautiful. And I sit down and it hits me straight away. And I there's been songs where I've taken 5 minutes to write, and then there's been songs that have taken 5 years to write.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what? And then there's a lot of struggles between writing a song and feel the song, right?
Yeah,
because it's how you can interpret the feelings of the song with the story. And I think it's a lot of people are struggling with how to balance these two together. To balance these two together is very, very difficult because you don't have that much time on the stage. What's your take on that part?
Yes, no, you're absolutely right. So that's why when I teach people how to sing and songwrite, firstly, I teach people how to sing, because when you know how to sing, it's easier to songwrite. You find the flow a lot easier. So when I teach people how to sing, I teach them how to access the limbic system, which is right at the base of your brain. It's at the brain stem. The limbic system triggers your emotions, your feelings, and your memories. Okay, so there's a part in the brain called the amygdala, and it triggers your feelings, your emotions, and your memories. So guess what? I know my limbic system works the same as yours. So if I can use my voice to trigger feelings in you and memories, so every time I sing, every time I'm at a funeral, or even when I'm singing out in public, and I sing, and I will always love you. That is such a sad song, right? It's such a heartbreaking song, and people will come up to me afterwards and say, thank you, that reminded me of my dad's funeral. It gave me such good memories of my dad. So no matter what song you sing, it will always trigger good memories. It will always trigger good feelings in people, regardless if that song was played during a bad situation. It will always trigger that they had for the love of the person that they had. So if I know, see what I mean? If we get to know the Savior, if we get to know the master of the brain, the creator of the brain, we begin to understand then our audience and what our audience needs. So I use 5 things to activate the brain for feelings. The first is called crying voice. Okay, the crying voice. So it's very easy. So if I say to you, if I sing to you and I say, I love you, 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 I love you. So that's nice. That's what a singer does. But a storyteller wants your feelings activated. So I'm going to use what's called the wave, which is change of volume, loud and soft, and I'm going to use the crying voice as well, which is that desperation in the voice. Okay, so you tell me not just whether you hear something different, but whether you feel something different. Okay,
wonderful.
So I love you, 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 and my heart will follow. Holy. Can you feel something different? Not
That's
just hear
different.
something different.
Right.
Right. So I teach what's called the intelligent performer, right? Because and when you hear me sing, you'll hear me using the wave and the crying voice all the time. And the reason why I do that is because I'm purposely triggering an emotion or a memory from you.
Right.
Does that make
what? Imagine singing or performing at a funeral or a wedding. For example, it's me. If I go up and sing in front of the crowd and I just sing without no emotion, no nothing, that song is coming out flat. And people's going to be like, I don't feel it, So how to activate the feelings that comes with it? What is the technique to activate the feelings?
So the two techniques that I just showed you, which was the wave, which is the
Right.
change of the volume, loud, soft. So by changing the volume, it makes the brain go, oh, what's that? Instead of just, the brain, when a sound is constant, when a frequency is constant, the brain can actually tune it out. Okay?
Okay.
So even when your wife is nagging a bit, husbands have learned to tune that out, right? Okay?
Yeah.
So a familiar sound, we learn to tune it out. We learn to work in spite of it. We learn to do our day in spite of it. So a lot of people don't even know that they've had ringing ears until it stops and they go, oh, sheesh, oh my gosh, like my ears are ringing, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in saying that, when a sound becomes familiar, there's no reason to trigger the brain. But when we make the sound loud and soft, I love you, I love you, I love you, then that actually triggers the brain to go, oh, what's that? And listen closely, right?
Right.
So that's the wave, which is changes of volume. The second is the crying voice. And this is where people have real issues, because the crying voice causes you to get ugly, right? It's,
Right.
it's, you know what I mean? I don't care about looking ugly, because at the end of the day, the uglier I look, the better I sound. The uglier I look, the more true my worship is.
That's
right?
right.
Because
That's right.
if I'm worried and I'm singing, I am a friend of God, I am a friend. No one's going to experience that worship. That's not a fragrant worship to God.
Right.
But I don't care what people think. I am a friend of God. Whoa, I am a friend of God. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Be who you be the worshiper that God designed you to be.
Right. Many of your songs that you already recorded, right? And I know there was the three companies that is supporting. No, not supporting. That is signed a license your songs to play in whole Australia. It was amazing that a Samoan singer and a Samoan song be able to play on their major TV. That was amazing. And then when I listen to it, it's the revelation that comes with them songs. How do you be able to turn those revelation to the story and the story become the song? And that's the thing I didn't get. I go, man, she's so good for what she's doing. A revelation, tell the story, and turn the story to become a song, and a song become a message. And that is such a spirit driven.
Wow.
What is your taking on that?
Yeah, you know what, Pastor? That is so powerful. You always amaze me how you can read my spirit. You really do.
Yeah.
Like every week you surprise me with how much we don't know each other. This is the third time we've met, and you really have a handle on the way my brain thinks, and I want to thank you for that. Because you really do. Because I do think that, I really believe, Pastor, that the truth is that the most powerful testimony comes from the test, passing the test, going through the test, sort of thing. Going through the test, failing the test is a great testimony. Do you know what I mean?
That is so amazing. Yeah.
It's true. My greatest message has come from the biggest mess in my life. You know what I mean? There has to be a mess before there is a message. That's what I'm trying to say. There has to be a test before there's a testimony. Do you know what I mean?
But
there,
you know what?
Pardon?
Because, okay, now you look at Australia, how big that is, right? For them to license these three songs and all the Samoan songs, right? To interpret that into the music, right? And it's so powerful. And then now we're going to let's look at our audience. Okay, your message was coming through the song and the audience received that. It was so powerful. And then there's no comparison, right? There's no comparison because what you have done in the past is still grow even today. How you keep that fresh?
Oh, it's two things: surrender and obedience. Why? I can't stress enough. I'm 40 now, and I can't stress enough the mess that my life was internally in here before I just gave up. I came to the end of myself, and I just said, Lord, if you're real, then please just show me how to just show me how to live. And really, the key really is servanthood. I'm surrendered to my. I'm not afraid of man. I'm not afraid of, you know, and I think God used my experiences in corporate sales and you know, in the corporate sector to be able to prepare me, because if you can stand in front of in front of the CEO of, if you can present presentations and sell products to CEOs of multi-billion dollar companies, you can stand in front of man and declare what God has done for you.
You know,
know what I mean?
Remember one thing. It's like 41 million people watch those 3 songs and more. And that's the whole wide world, right? You know.
Yeah.
How do you feel if there's another Marina Davis come up? How that's going to make you feel?
You know what, Pastor? My whole heart is servanthood. I actually help other singing teachers to do what I do, to make money doing what I do. I help. No one is competition to me, right? Not because I'm not running a race and looking left to the right. I'm running my race and I'm looking straight there, because I know the moment I look this way, I'm distracted and it delays the blessing and it delays the calling of God on my life. So I'm actually training other people to do what I do. I'm training my kids to take and take over my singing legacy, because it's not mine, it's God's in the first place. Why would I want to hold on to something that's not eternal? I'm more concerned with my eternal state than I am with this physical state. You know what I mean? And I actually am one of the few artists. You can check my page, check all my social media. I am one of the few artists in the Polynesian community that actively shares what other Polynesian people are doing.
I agree with that.
Yep, and the reason being is because even when they're the same, they're singers like me, or they're in the music industry, because no one threatens my spirit. My spirit is content. My spirit is blessed and full. And so if I can help someone else come up and take over, I'll be so blessed. When someone takes over.
You know what? It will be. It will be, because if you look at how much they input your life into teaching and coaching and singing, you know, there's a new generation who's still growing and who still listen to your songs from the 1990. They'll learn how to dance with, they'll learn how to sing it. But you know what? These are the kind of voice that the young people are attractive to it today. Because it is so relative, you know, either or where you turn. But you know what? We're going to play a song. Let's take a break. Because I know our audience, they might want to dance. And the audience, if you please, if you have a question, ask. And then Marina Davis is live with us. And she's doing well. And let's go to our break. And we'll listen to what the next song for us. And then we'll come back. We're going to continue.
Awesome. That was awesome, Pastor. You really read my mind. I want you guys to play. I'm white till 5.
Yeah. like this.
Wow. 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 Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
need it. We need it. Such a powerful voice. The energy that comes with that voice, it is so titanic. I love it. Let me ask you a question. Where did you sing this song? Because I saw it on the video. When you
Right.
perform this song live, I don't much get into your business, but, where did you sing this song at?
So this was last year, I believe it was September last year. We I sing at lots of different functions, whether it's corporate events or
Right.
whether it's weddings, funerals, whatever it is. We got to work. Mama loves to work. So this was a business launch for a company called Polybytes, in Melbourne last year, and they did phenomenally well. They had a massive launch, and they just asked me to MC their event and sing a few
Right.
songs. And my uncle was, one of the VIPs on the night. He represents the Victorian Samoan community in Samoa, in Victoria. So, my uncle who's watching now, hi Uncle Leo, love you. He's my mum's baby brother, and and he was there, and when he's there and I'm singing my songs, when any of my family are in the audience, it just takes me right back to being 3 years old and being in the front of the bus with my grandmother, telling me to sing for everybody while there's no hydraulics in the bus and it's shaking like this
Right.
all the way from Kuala to up here.
Yeah. You know what? Another thing that I saw in your performance, it is so relaxed to me.
Thank
And,
you.
and what I meant about that is every words that you sounded in every single song, you make sure your audience get what you were trying to sing and what you're trying to tell in the part of the story, right? So, do you write your songs to best fit your audience or just global, for example?
It's really funny because the first album I didn't write any of the songs because I didn't know how to write in Samoan or anything like that. And so when it came to that was basically so what had happened was there was a group called Jamo Jam. Do you know who Jamo Jam is?
Yes.
Yeah, so Jamo Jam basically started this revolution of and even Lole, who's an incredible.
Yes.
Oh, you have to hear Lole sing live.
Yes.
She's an incredible woman of God and an incredible artist, and they both started this revolution where we would put old Samoan music to R&B, hip hop beats, and it just took off. So then I was so blessed to be involved in that kind of innovative time where they were innovating the whole sound of Samoan music. It wasn't the tinka tinka tinka. It wasn't
Right.
that anymore. It was really aimed towards our age group at the time in the 90s and the 2000s.
Right.
So I'm really lucky to be a part of that innovation, changing the sound and the face of our Polynesian music. And then
Right.
we were also really blessed to have two particular DJs in Sydney. So DJ Peter Guns and also DJ Tickles. And these two guys who are still operating out of Sydney, these two guys, basically what they did was that they remixed all of these songs, these Polynesian songs together, and then they shipped them out all over the world,
Right,
So they
right.
really got us out there into the world, sort of thing, and people are always like, aren't you mad at them that they ripped off your music? And I was like, no one would know who Marina Davis is if they didn't rip off my music, sort of
Right,
thing. And
yeah.
so, the truth is, as an artist, you can only do so much. It's actually the people, the DJs and the radio announcers and people like yourself who push us out there. So thank you for that.
No, you know what? It is great. It's such a wonderful thing that you'll be able to share your talent, and your gift with the whole wide world. It's not a small platform. It's huge. Because I
Yeah.
went back and looked at the time you were on the X Factor, and then I went back and tried, and then I found the Australia, the big how they license your songs and then they play it, and I goes, you know what, that is so fantastic. But what is your best advice to some of our singers today? I'm gonna put it this way, some of them they give up so easy. They give up
Yes.
so easy. I wonder why. I wonder why. Do you have any idea why they give up so easy,
Yeah.
so fast? Yeah.
Oh yeah, this business is hard, you know.
Mm.
But the thing is that we also, and I know for myself as well. When I was young, I was expecting to be discovered. I was expecting Sony. I was expecting RCA to come and say, "Hey, we want you to sign this record contract." I didn't understand that I was just this little tadpole in a whole big world in the music industry.
Right.
So the thing is, the number one thing to do is just humble yourself, understand your position.
That's right.
Even at this point of my career, I still tell myself you're just a tadpole. And the reason why I tell myself I'm a tadpole, that makes me work harder.
Mm.
That makes me do more. Because if I just keep thinking, I do have friends who are excellent artists, wonderful singers. They'll never have anywhere near the success that I've had, simply because they don't want to do the work. But
Right.
I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to put in the servanthood. I'm willing to do things to be able to get out there and market myself, right? So in
Right.
saying that, I think that this industry promotes selfishness, and it really promotes the ego in a big way. Where in truth, the true success, especially in God and especially in people's hearts, is how you walk your life every day and how you serve people every day. That actually
Wonderful.
gets you further
Yes.
than any you could write or record. And I can hand on heart say that. The other thing is that just do the work. Just shush your mouth and do the work.
That's right.
Sorry, Pastor.
No, that's
But
fine.
that's
You're
the
fine.
truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Stop talking about what you think you can do. Stop talking
Right.
about who you are. Shut up and do the work, because no one cares what you say. They care when you're on X Factor. They care when
Excellent.
you've done it. They
Right.
care when your song's number one. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Because you know what? To me, you sing what you know. And that's one of the things that I follow your songs. I listen to it. The voice and the actions and the atmosphere of the song tells your whole spirit of who you are, right?
Thank you.
Because you're very unique in every ways that you perform. Your experience, there's no question about that. It is so good, right? Excellent.
Thank you.
Then, there's
But came from. You know why I have such a spirit of excellence when I perform.
Right.
It was because it was to overcome stage fright. Sort
Right.
of thing. When I was on stage, it was easy to be on stage when I was in Marbiel, and there's three of us, and the attention's not on me. Sort of thing. So it's easy just to say something here and there. But then when I actually grew up and had a diva show of my own, and how can I stand out? There's all this competition. There's all these people doing the same things that I'm doing. But how can I get myself apart? And also because I was so afraid of
Right.
failing. So what I
Right.
started to do was I just started to make fun of myself, started to make fun of people in the audience. And then before I knew it, I realized, oh my gosh, I may be a little bit funny. Wow. And as a result, people specifically book my diva show now, or before COVID, because of the comedy element. And I'm so blessed by that, because, at the end of the day, my whole thing right here with my business, with my family, with my audience when I sing is, what do they get out of it? Not what do I get out of it, because I get paid whether people show up or not.
Right.
But how can I ensure that I make you a fan for life? Sort of
Right.
thing. And the only way to do that is to sing the songs and activate your limbic system in your stem, right, in your brain stem,
Right.
because that activates your memories and it connects you to me. So it's
Right.
all about the connection for me.
You know what? You're right. Let me ask you this: who is Miss Granger? Is that your high school teacher? That's your musical teachers, or when you're in high school? See, I gotta do a lot of wiki all
You've
this stuff
done
for you.
Third,
I gotta
Like,
do it. I have to
hats
go
off.
deeper.
hats off to you.
I don't want you to be shocked, but I was doing a lot of research and I go, wow,
I love it.
It takes way back to your high school days and how she takes you guys to perform and make sure you guys are on point and make sure
Yeah,
you guys go back home safely. That is
absolutely.
so good. That is so good.
That,
Talk about her a little bit because
yeah.
I like to hear what she has done.
Oh yeah, Miss Granger, Katrina Granger. She's Katrina Durham now, and I'm gonna tag her in this, and she's just gonna be blown away that you even researched that far. That's amazing. So like I said before, when I was in high school, I was so blessed to have I met Lavina Williams and Mabel Naluvao, who
Mm,
are two of the most extraordinary vocalists Samoa has ever produced,
mm,
and I'm so grateful to have been raised with these girls. We grew up together in high school. We were three different girls, but Miss Granger brought us together, and we were in the same music class. And she was just like, "Hey, why don't you guys try singing together?" There was actually five of us initially, and we entered this song competition, this band competition, and then it just got, and then she sort of encouraged us to, to keep going with our singing, to write songs. She would
right.
make the music available for us during
Wow.
lunchtime, after school, before school, to come and practice and write songs. So a lot of our songs that we wrote in Mavial, all these beautiful songs, were written right in her music room because she could see the talent that we couldn't. We were 15, 14 years old. We didn't
Mm.
know what the heck we were doing, but she made herself available to be our driver even. You know what I mean? She'd drive us
I
places.
know.
She
You know what?
just
One of the greatest comment that I did the research on what you and when you answer the question about her, she bent over her back to make
phenomenal.
sure,
Yep.
she bent her back backwards to make sure that you guys or perform on hit the right notes and be on
Yeah.
point. That is so amazing, because
Oh yeah.
that's encouraging to me, you know, because we all need what's it called, mentors, and
Yes.
and people that we can rely on, So it was fantastic when this whole week the last week and a half I've been looking through research everything else. It was so good. So I try to put the puzzle together, and I goes, you know what,
Yeah.
she's very talented, and we're trying to get to the point like, you know what, that's so amazing, because it's hard, the talent is
Mm,
hard. It's not that easy, and then
mm.
the Mav, what is that? Mav V well? Oh, L.
Marby.
Mavi L. What is that stands for?
Our three names are Marina, Lavina, Mabel. So Ma, V, L.
Got it.
You know,
Because
and
that was the three initials that you talk about the most. And I think,
yeah,
you know what? That is pretty good. But
thank
wow,
you.
that's amazing. So now, what is your plan from here on? Are you going to continue to sing, or are you going to move to the next chapter of your life just teaching how to sing?
No matter what I do, I'll never be able to stop singing. I'll
Got
never be
you.
able to stop
You're
entertaining.
right.
That
Mm.
it's in my blood, sort of thing.
Yes.
It's in my skin. I have to do it. I had my first gig last week, emceeing and performing at a cancer fundraiser here in
Mm.
Brisbane with over 100 women, and we were so blessed. The tickets sold out immediately. And now the general manager of that hotel is like, "Hey, we'd love to do more stuff with you." Absolutely, I'm here for it. And my show suits their target market, sort of thing. So, they. I'll never be able to stop performing. It's just who I am, and it's my
Mm.
calling and it's my gift. My higher calling, though, my higher gift is to pass on what I know and what I've experienced, and to also pass on how great
Yeah.
your can be when you deal with your mess. You know
Mm.
what I mean? How we can turn our messes, our life messes, our heart messes, our head messes into great messages for people. How we can turn our tests and our failures into great
Mm.
testimonies for others to be able to use and grow with. That is the place where I believe that God is ascending, my ministry to, because this
Mm.
really is a ministry. For me, teaching singing is more than just, teaching people how to sing. It's really activating great things in people's hearts and in their minds by using their limbic system to do that.
Right. You know what? Let's say that Samoan community, United States. They're like, you know what? Let's call Marina Davis to come to perform like a grand opening, right? So my
Yeah.
question is this. And then they will say this, Marina, but you have to sing a duet. So there was two people that comes to mind that'll ask you which one you're gonna pick to perform that song with you. Is
You.
it Pastor Sam or Fafitai or which one?
That's you. I can play the guitar.
And it is amazing. I'll tell you what, it's amazing because when you go look back to you, yes, you know that is your voice. People like me, it sees you in a different way. You know what I mean is to see beyond your talent. It is so powerful. I'll keep using that word because you know what? Because I wish I have the talents of singing, but I don't. You know, and so you know what? Why don't we take a break, and then when we come back, and then we talk more. We still got time,
Beautiful.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then later on, do you remember the song that you sang at the X Factor?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I have rehearsed quite a bit. My husband and my children are very good coaches, so
Nice.
Oh,
Well,
God.
I can't wait to hear you sing.
It's
So
Faf
go
Jai
for it
is the
and
one.
good luck.
I love it. I love it. Oh, do you want me to sing it now?
Yeah, yeah.
song here in my heart.
I thought we'd gone off. That's all right. Okay, let me get it up so that I can sing it for you guys.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
thank
Give me
you
some
so-
time. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that is so great. You know,
I thought we'd gone off and we were going to play it, but that's okay. I'm going to sing it for you guys live if that's all right, because that happens to be a really great song as a testimony. You know what I mean?
you know this to our audience. This is one of the songs that Marina Davis performed in X Factor in Australia. In case that you didn't get a chance to listen to it or to see it for yourself, but he or she is just going to perform it live and also play at the same time on our live tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. This is the only Marina Davis.
Thank you. Just bear with me, guys. I forgot to turn my computer on. I'm usually very organized and very ready. Not today. That's okay. So, you know, the awesome thing about the X Factor was that it really taught me, again, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I had a lot of people at my church saying, you know, I'd shared with a few people at my church, you know, I'm going to go for X Factor. And they, you know, some of the leaders, you know, because I needed their support and I also wanted their input. And the only reason why I wanted to do X Factor was because I just released this album and I had no money to market it. So I had said to them, I'm going to go on X Factor so that I can market this album. You know what I mean?
Right,
and
right.
They had actually told me, not to do it. You know, because, you know, it's against what the church believes and things like that. But I stuck to my gut. I knew that God would not be angry with me because I followed my dreams. You know what I
Right.
mean? He actually favors those that follow their dreams.
That's right.
So, but the funny thing was, as soon as it aired on Australian television, they were the first ones at my door going, "Oh my God, you did amazing!" You know, so don't ever listen to people. Follow your spirit. Whatever
That's
God
right.
puts in your heart. It's those same people that tell you you're doing a bad job are the first ones that are going to be turning up and celebrating you. And you know, I swear, guys, I don't regret it. It was such a beautiful experience. This one's called Listen.
Okay, there we go.
Listen to the song here in my heart, a melody I start but can't complete. Oh, listen to the sound from deep within. It's only beginning to find release. Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside or turned into your own, all 'cause you won't listen. I am alone at a crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home. And I'm trying to see what's on my mind. You should have known. Now I'm done believing in you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than once. You made of me. I followed the voice you gave to me. And now I gotta find my own. You should have listened. There was someone here inside, someone I thought had died so long ago. I'm screaming out for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside or turned into your own, all 'cause you won't listen. Listen, I am alone at a crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home, and I'm trying to see what's on my mind. You should have known. Now I'm done believing in you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than once. You made of me. I followed the voice you gave to me. And now I gotta find my own. I don't know where I belong, but I'll be moving on. If you don't, if you won't listen, the song here in my heart, the melody I started out with, I believe. Oh, now I'm done believing in you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than once. You made of me. I follow that voice you think you got to me. But now I gotta find my own, my own.
Wonderful. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. That was so wonderful.
It's only beginning to find release. Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside or turned into your own, all 'cause you won't listen. Listen. I am alone at a crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home, and I'm trying to say what's on my mind. You should have known. Now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. Got to find my own.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I was sick.
This
My voice was very.
This is Marina Davis. She was the fourth runner, finalist for the X Factor Australia. And she also represents Samoa in the music industry in the whole wide world. The only Marina Davis. Thank you so much. For you to know, our fans who are joining tonight, she was the fourth finalist in the X
I
Factor.
think your family
And this
gonna
is the
be
song that she sang.
incredibly proud of you because you definitely have the X Factor, without a doubt.
I'm so glad that you've come to this competition because you are great. You're amazing. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
You know what I love about when you came on the stage? When they
Yeah.
ask you the question and he goes, "Hi, I'm Marina Davis. I'm one husband."
I have 4 kids and 1 husband.
Four kids and one husband.
Again, it was stage fright. I was scared, and it just came to mind, because they tell you have to tell them like who's in your family, and you know what? It was the first thing that came out of my mind. It came out of my mouth. I wasn't even thinking really, So,
Right.
and I didn't like it was going to be funny at all,
So when did you know the song is going to end? How long it took you to prepare for rehearsal? How long it takes you to prepare for that?
What I want everyone to know about those kinds of shows is that it's not what they make it look like. You just turn up and then you sing.
Yeah.
It's actually not like that. They have a whole process. There was a 2-month process leading up to it. So they know everything about you. They're like you. They like to research. They like to do everything. They like to find out everything that they can about you so that they can formulate the best way to present your story in front of people. Sort of thing. So, I can probably guarantee you that before I even got to that stage, they knew how far I was going to get in the show,
Wow.
Sort of thing. And I just want to correct you, Pastor. Sorry, I didn't come fourth runner-up. They actually kicked me off the show because they said that it was a singing coaching show and there's nothing they could teach me. I was too good, which was rubbish. It was just because I was a Polynesian.
I figure that. I figure that because you were so talented. But right now we only have like 9 minutes to go with Marina Davis. If you have any questions, please, it's time. We still have time to, write your questions. We can ask them. But you're right, because you were so talented. And for you to compete on that big platform, they probably goes, you know what? If she ever go through, and then if she go through, and then it's not going to be fair for, for the X Factor because they know who she is. Right.
And that's fine. At the end of the day, I really needed it to get my name out there and to restart my career. Because bear in mind, I'd had 8 years off, 8, 9, 10 years off to have my babies and to, because that was really, I remember being 11 years old and can't wait because my mum was such a good mum. I couldn't wait to be a mother myself. So when I had the opportunity to have my kids, I knew I wanted to pop them out, so that I could the rest of my life and like that. So by the time I was 30, I'd finished recording an album, and then I, finally got the courage to put it out. When I did put it out, no one bought it because they didn't know it was out. We didn't have Facebook and things like that to the degree that we have now. We didn't have marketing.
Right.
So I thought, well, what's the best way to get in front of 2 million people overnight? And it worked. It worked. That's all I can say. So I'm so grateful for that.
Do you allow yourself to have a short song? Would you ever come to that point? Like a short song, like 2-minute song or 2 and 30,
Why not? I don't think there's wrong with that. The only thing is that for radio, they generally tend to like they, have you ever heard of things called like algorithms and things like that? It works better to your advantage if you have a song that's between 2.5 minutes and 3 minutes long.
Right.
So that's sort of like the ideal length of a song, sort of to be able to get it on radio play and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think, another piece of advice that I'd give to people is network. Go and talk, if radio stations are having network events, if especially in New Zealand, they've got like things like the Pacific Media Network. If they've got events that are, and they help artists so much over there. Right. So if they've got like forums and events coming up that where you can go and ask questions, go and network, meet the people who put you on radio, sort of thing.
Right. Absolutely. It is amazing because the short of the song is as sweet it is. Right?
Yeah.
And then when it comes to where you perform your songs and how you write your songs, how you put together the song and the story, and when you tell it like it is so real, because now you put all your thoughts and all the process that you're going through to bring these songs to the people. It's the mid-90s, and there is still alive today. This is how long your music been carrying the Samoa community for a while.
Amazing.
It's amazing, because if you go back to it and how many people that subscribe almost every day, on YouTube, and how many times they view the song, how time they listen to it. So
Yeah.
how they make you feel, when people appreciate your talent and your songs, in this, especially the time that we're going through coronavirus. What
Yeah.
is your advice for our Psalm 1 people for the coronavirus?
For the coronavirus, look, there's
Yeah.
actually a great way to heal it, and I can't even pronounce it, but it starts with H. But I just shared a video on it, in a couple of hours ago on my Facebook page on Marina Davis Music. We've got to remember that we're in, really in the times when the governments can really use,
Right.
the media to manipulate anything to be the way that they are. And I've really done a lot of research for a little bit with regards to, whether this is real or not.
Right.
And
Yes.
according to what doctors are saying, is that it's just like the common cold, the flu, and it's easily and just like with the common cold and flu and pneumonia, some cases are really bad and some cases are not. So if we treat it the same way with a particular set of medicine, it can be treated very easily. And I shared a video on it, so please go on Marina Davis Music and share it out, because there's really no need to be in this kind of a panic when we have the cure. But there's other things going on. This whole thing is greater than us.
I just want to thank you because your music plays a huge part, of our Psalm 1 community to heal our people and to take our people back to where they from one more time.
Thank
Not only
you.
that, but continue, because we should never
Yeah.
lose where we come from. We should never
Yeah.
lose of our identity as being a Psalm 1. We're proud. I'm proud of you because you represent us, in the music industry, and also you represent us to the Lord with your talents and everything that, I just want to thank you because, some of our other singers, they're not going to be able to perform, the stage that the one you have. But you use this stage is a very, very appreciative. So the last question for you is this. It's going to be an easy question. Are you working on a new album?
Yes,
I
you're gonna love it.
didn't mean to bring the bust the bubble, but I just gonna have to ask.
That's fine. You know what? Again, it's the album is full of my messes that I've turned into a message, and it's full of the tests that I've been able to really transform into great testimony, of really coming back to that trust in God. To give you an indication, there's I don't have a perfect life, I don't have a perfect marriage, but I have a perfect God, and I know that with whatever is going on in my life, if I keep trusting in God, and I'm not talking about just trusting God. It's not airy fairy. This is how I live every
Right.
day. Continue to put my trust back in God. This last 2 weeks I've been going through some stuff, sort of thing.
Absolutely.
But and it's not, but I've been allowing myself to really feel my feelings and really and not to just go, no, I have to be happy all the time, because it's not Christian to be sad. It's not godly to
Right.
be to feel low. No, we are human. We're allowed
That's right.
to experience those. What we're not allowed to do is stay there.
Right.
What we're not allowed to do is stay there. So what I found is a great cure to some of the stuff that I've been going through is to keep serving and allow myself to cry, allow myself. So all of these things, they birth songs. Like, songs are so therapeutic for me. I
That
can
is
write
so
songs
fantastic. Yeah.
and like therapy. So some of those songs I've turned into songs for the album, and I love them, and I don't care how the world receives them, because they're not. Do you know what I mean? Because some of them,
Right.
like one of the times for Dear Ex-Husband, during a time when me and my husband were going through some really hard things,
Yeah.
I wanted to write a letter to him, sort of thing. You're going to be the ex-husband if you don't do this, but in a beautiful, loving way. Like, when you hear it, I
Right.
think everybody can hear themselves in that song. And I think it's really important to not just create this, facade of godly people as always happy, because we're not. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I go through my low points, but the point of difference is that I've learned to trust God so much that when I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, I'm still going to love you, Lord, and I'm still going to serve everybody in my realm with all of my heart, because my
Right.
feelings do not change the fact that God is real in my life. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right. Without God, there's nothing that we can't do. Because the
Absolutely.
God that we serve is the God of the possible. And,
Yeah.
and we love him for that. And,
Absolutely.
And now our audience, now we come to the end of our program. And I hope that you will learn something from tonight from the one and only Marina Davis. You can follow Marina Davis on Instagram as the Marina Davis. So find her on Instagram or find her on Facebook. Also, she's also on the Marina Davis XFactor. You can find her there, follow her. You will learn so much from it. There's a lot much more information on there too. You can read it right through it. It helps you. Trust me. All the words are in there. Good. There's nothing that is going to destroy your spirit. Trust me. I've been following, I've been reading it, but it's good. Malu tu wow. Oh, malo tu wow. Talo for Marina. Can you please kindly sing any Samoan English church song? If not tonight, maybe next time. Faftai.
Absolutely. I'm more than happy to. Should I end it off with one of my mom's favorite gospel song?
Yes. She said anyone, any kindly song that you would like to sing. So malo to wow. Yeah. Lewa mawa mai lewa no la fia mosa toile le tua fine le pese le mo o e fa peona e mori mana o mai ai. Ia ai o si mai o lau whaafonga.
Thank you. This
You're
one's called Epa Ia, and it's from my first album that I released 20 years ago. Oh my gosh. And I pray that it blesses you. And it's my mum's favorite song as well. So this goes out to you, Mum, if you're watching. Okay, so Epa Ia e mamana foi lona suafa tupu o le langi a fio mai le lalo langi savi ia angelu fa apea mai lalo langi Epa ia leli e mamana foi lona suafa. Holy is the Lord, and mighty is his name, King of heaven. Yet down to earth he came, and angels sing his praise, and all the earth shall do the same. Holy is the Lord, and mighty is his name. Love you guys.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Take care. I will see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye.
Litawalanga a Solomona e fatatau ile alofa ele mafai e vai etele natine ya ese olewo ia so uma a ole uso ia so vale na le samo Samoa fa love I fa ano olo anganga a ita Usoi tutuila ua elau ita Fai mayo Samoa Isi sifo E mativa Aina ya oe O e lava Wae falo maina Lota tunu ue Samoa Se tautuna Se tainoa Vai mata E a filele E maimoa Le malo si mai le atua Le tama poto E fua fua Ai aleanga E tau balea Ai o matua Ai fa anoa noa Ai olo anganga Ai ita Uso e tutuila Ua e lau ita Fai mayo Samoa Isi sifo E mativa Aina ya oe O e lava Wai falo maina Ai fa anoa noa Ai olo anganga
Until next week, we will see all of you and more of you next week. Marina Davis, I would like to say thank you. Even our director will say thank you to you too for joining us tonight. And our audience, thank you for being with us tonight. Let's close with a prayer and then safe travel, and we love you all. Father, here we are. We're closing up the chapter for tonight. Thank you for preparation. We thank you for the knowledge and the wisdom. Continue to spread your wisdom out, Father, so we may have fear to come to worship and to obey and to obedience, Father. We love you. Help us tonight. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Love you guys.
Love you too,
Okay?
sis. Take
God
care.
bless.
Okay.
See you next
See you next week.
Bye.
So for you.
Silly, silly, yes. Tiny old Chefanga Loina, for Manuia, wa Esaunia, Bafetai, Low Alofa, we in a fine town, who are only lonely, who now oh yes, oh, Chisai, who are oh Sunday, Lalo, Sisi Olima, Iate, Yesu, Fafatai, Ilo Alofa, Indea Uma, Uma Efaia, Nako Koilo, Fa, Boy, Yesu, Fafatai. Oh, Olelo Fa, Ua Efania, Ilunga Ola Satao, Ina Iafa, Mana Loina, O Wanga Sala, O si olima iache oi Yesu e whawhetai I loa lofa I mea uma O nā oi lofa moa moa Yesu e whawhetai loa lofa Yesu e Atoa mo loa ngale whawhetai Yesu e Yesu e whawhetai Whawhetai Yesu No li I whawhetai Noa lele Yesu e whawhetai